is a competition where we make, you know, we create robots, and we use them to solve tasks in a sort of competitive manner, and it lets us take, you know, these skills which sometimes we hone on our own, like Android programming, or, you know, how using Java, or to be whatever we want to learn, and it lets us apply them. Lets us actually take that next step into, you know, using what we know.
I mean, that's also just like the robot portion. Robot portion wise is really similar to FLL in terms of like you build a robot and then you perform some task, right?
Yeah.
But then like there's also a bit more teamwork to it, right? Because we have alliances, like direct alliances with people.
When you have 20 minutes and someone says, okay, you guys are competing with this random team that you met
exactly
like 20 minutes ago, and you need to work together. You need to build strategies. It's the most expedited camaraderie I've ever seen. Like at the beginning, you might even be playing against these people, but you see them and you work with them and you say, hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get to state, or we're gonna win this competition.
We played with the number one team, remember? And then we were against them in the finals. So like,
we really worked well with our alliance too.
Thing I have to say, I loved the collaboration or the cooperation. It was so neat to see you scurrying around, talking to other teams, and then quickly, you know, when you allied yourself with the T-Rex, is, you know, all of a sudden everybody was focused on how we're going to do this, get together, and, you know, I mean, that's really exciting to have a competition format where you're not penalized for being with a weaker team, that you can actually, you know, all compete in some sort of common way, and yet the good teams are still going to rise up. You know, you have these possibilities, and so that everybody can enjoy working together while competing. I thought that was an incredible format. That, you know, I just thought this is really what the future is about: is collaboration. It's about on-the-spot problem solving. I mean, you made a comment about being so focused up there when you had to drive. These are all the skills that really I find are the most important in life. And to have an activity that you're enjoying doing while doing all of that is, I think, fantastic. And then to meet people from, you know, just every background, from every side of town, and everybody shares a passion for doing this, I thought was fantastic. I also like the fact that the Sonoran drivers were girls.
Why FTC?
Yeah.
Because we cannot afford FRC.
What the question is, why are we choosing to do anything with robots at all, be it, you know, FTC, even if we had the money to do an FRC team. To say, we're teaching other people to do FLO. We're trying to create these STEM learning programs so that other people can have the same amazing experiences that we did. And that's what we get graded on in FTC, is not only having a great STEM learning experience, but also making a great STEM learning experience for others.
And we definitely do that.
Yeah. So what I saw this year, and of course it's a pilot for me, is this something we want to do? And what I saw is that the skills that students had started with in FLL, they were able to apply them and go to totally new things on their own. And that, to me, is what made it so worthwhile, is to see that, I mean, this is what's going to happen the rest of your lives. As you go into new things, you're going to have to learn things on your own and master new, you know, not just programming language, new programs altogether, new things. And so to see you actually do that at this point was really exciting for me. I'll tell you, I've looked at starting FTC before, tried to read the rules, and went, I don't get it. So I can't do this because I don't understand the alliances and the points and how you do all of this. So I just went, can't do it. Can't do it.
Completely new thing, right? It's completely new, like programming language, programming system, how you interact with the robots completely different as well. Not everything's autonomous, right? We got some remote control portion, and then besides that, it's just like a whole new system. We're just working from pretty much ground zero and just built on our way up. I feel like the first 2 months was low-key just figuring out how everything works. Like we're like reading through the game manual stuff, like still forgot about some stuff.
Yeah. and it was us learning. It was us figuring this out. It's not. I mean, what was I saying? But we got to.
We didn't have someone who like knew what they were doing and was like, okay, here are the two phones. This is how you put them together and pair them. This is how you do the programming and how everything works. And this is how FTC works. We had to like figure that out as a group.
It's such an amazing experience because we get to go out there and we get to see something we built this thing from the ground up. We created something from nothing. We took a large pile of money, we turned it into a small pile of money, and we have a robot out the end of it that we're very proud of, and which came out of literally minimal previous knowledge of how these systems work, and we're incredibly proud of it.
Yeah. Well, also with programming, man, like we grabbed. I mean, we found like FTC forums online. We like grabbed like resource libraries, but like it was interesting. You like pull through the different like resource libraries and be like, all right, what does this method do? What does this do? What does this do? Yeah, and just piecing together everything, because like especially like the interaction with like the phones and stuff, right? We didn't know how that worked. We gotta figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, we have our robot, which can do that incredibly complex task of taking a camera input and turning it into and understanding what that camera means, and we figured out how to do that. It's not someone said, okay, here's a program to do it, just use it, whatever. Yeah. It's we figured out how to apply these things.
Jackson coming in.
Yeah, Jackson.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't completely understand it. I was just like, I understood enough of like the example code that I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this its own program, and then I'm gonna change that, and then add some extra bells and whistles, and we'll call it.
But I guess this experience has been great and somewhat different from things we've previously done, because we can sort of do our own thing, sort of not quite do our own thing, but we can do what we're good at, which is nice.
I mean, like, it's been what, 4 years with you guys?
Yeah.
4 years.
We were lucky to have like one of the really good teamwork with each other.
Yeah.
Like, we're at this point we really know like where each other is.
We got that
thinking.
team chemistry rolling.
Yeah.
We got team chemistry rolling. Yeah. It's pretty spicy.
So we don't have contentions at all.
Well, I mean, we do have contentions.
Of course.
This like, you have John Luca, I think
we have the USB hubs.
This award celebrates a team that exemplifies the essence of the FIRST Robotic Tech Challenge competition and embraces the culture of FIRST while making a collective effort to make FIRST known throughout their school and community, and sparks others to embrace the culture of FIRST. Here's what the judges have to say about the winner of this award. This team explored a new frontier as a rookie team. They gave many hours of their time to a first great cause. You could even say they were pioneers. Congratulations to Team 14584, the Pioneers 327.
We weren't expecting anything at all.
Yeah. To be fair, we're just like, I like this actor was talking to us, right? It's just like, you expect to go in,
Learn a couple things.
I don't know, maybe at like 4 points, whatever. Learn from it and be like, all right, okay, now that we actually, because we don't have our own playing field, right? We don't have our own playing field. So
Right,
we're just like,
first
all
time
right,
we put our robot
we go out there,
as a playing field.
we go out there. That's what a real playing field is like. 4 points, whatever, it's okay. Don't matter, we learn from it.
I mean, at the beginning of the thing, do we understand how the whole alliances work?
Oh, I know.
We have no idea. We found at the end that we had to team up with another
like
team.
4 people.
Right.
Like the five matches in the start were just qualifying, didn't really do anything. And then there's elimination matches.
Yeah.
When I went around just interviewing like 4 different teams, just like, how does this work?
I just remember at the beginning of the day, like we like got the program like tested by the people, and then we were putting it on like the actual field, and like nothing worked at all. It didn't even like come off of like the thing right.
Oh yeah.
The first round, it just stuck on there, just like.
Didn't we only get like 14 points or something?
We got 4 points.
Oh yeah. We did incredibly well for what we got. What the first, second, and fourth best scores of the tournament?
No, we got
second, third,
we got
and
second, third, and fourth.
Second, third, and fourth.
And finals 236. In the final. We got 236 points.
And this was with a robot that we considered, I mean, only partially functional. Like there's still so many things that we want to add to this robot to make it fully functional. There's so much which was just like, okay, how can we make this how can we make sure that we're not going to get kicked out of this tournament, you know,
Honestly,
by breaking the regulations
I feel like
the night before, like, you know, just printing out random sheets of paper and gluing them to, duct taping pieces together and like the motors are zip tied on because they start to sag. Like there's just so much that was low functioning, and our low functioning was really good.
That's pretty good, yeah. Well, I mean, like, I think it says a lot that, like, we wrote our autonomous program the day before.
Well, most of it we wrote on the day.
The creator program that we wrote for the finals. For like, Jackson wrote day of.
Well, I mean, I feel like that says a solid amount about both of our engineering and our programming skills, and that, like, we actually understand our code well enough that, okay, we can just, like, on the spot, under pressure, we got this. Yeah. And also engineering, like, just like we tell it to do this and actually has a predicted outcome, it means our engineering is consistent enough, which is good.
Yeah.
But like FTC is like it's really important. It's very integral to like be able to work well with like different teams no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you end up being one of the high scoring teams.
I don't know, and it's nice. It's nice to kind of have a little bit more of. I mean, I know you're supposed to cooperate. You're supposed to like be very graciously professional, but it's nice to kind of have a little bit of a rivalry at the end where you get with like, oh shoot, you know, the team from Gregory School is, you know, they got them and their other team from Gregory School, which they chose their alliance partner, and they're getting so
that
much
was fun though. Like they were also.
I love that. I love the fact that we get to do that we get to sort of, you know,
like,
be like,
I choose you.
a bit like where, you know, a real sports team. We get to, you know, say, oh shoot, look at this team from, you know, the football team. We sort of get to have that same thing. Like not to the same extent where we have, you know, a rivalry, but you know, we can go like next time we see Gregory School, I don't know how much I'm gonna be.
Well, I mean, like, it's gonna be nice, but we're gonna always have that friendly banter. We're gonna have a lot of friendly banter. I mean, they were definitely really helpful, and like, I think that was a really good insight into like the FTC community in general.
Yeah, the fact that you can still be like, okay, I'm competing against you, I want to win against you.
Well, we're not like that, but like,
I mean, we're not actually saying
all the
that,
teams were
like,
definitely really like super willing to help us, right? Like we got in there, we know what we're doing. First 10 minutes, like we went to like talk to another team, it's just like and they helped us out with that, which is really nice.
Our goal needs to be now, can we win that Inspire Award? And so now we know, you know, that we're doing some things really well, and I think the focus and persistence of the team was fantastic. And the other thing that I would say in watching this unfold through the season is what I was most looking for is that you seem to be enjoying what you were doing. You seem to want to come, you wanted to work, and so I'm thinking to myself, if this is something that kids are enjoying doing, then it's worth doing. And so, and there were several times, Michael, where you turned over and you turned and went, I am having so much fun.
I've never been in a state of more adrenaline in my life, honestly. That's probably because I don't do sports, but still.
I've never been more stressed in my life. I was like, it's been like 5 hours from when I was like, oh, we're in the top 4, I gotta figure out how this alliance thing works. From there all the way till the end, it was just,
heart was
Right,
just
and
beating
you're
on.
young. I'm 69 and having my going, I don't think I can take this.
You were muttering that behind me in the stands.
It's like, oh my gosh, this is too much time.
I mean, I think we're looking for, is this something you recommend for the future?
God, yeah.
And that's, you know what, that is what I can do, is provide you with the opportunity and the place and the resources that we can make happen. In Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Outliers, he talks about Bill Gates, and Bill Gates had a high school teacher that said, come on down to the basement, work as long as you want. And, you know, Bill Gates and actually all the people in that book credit individual people with giving them that opportunity. Not necessarily telling them what to do, but giving them the opportunity to discover. And I think that's about what I can give you. And occasionally give you a swift kick about some things that I think need to be done better.